What's good? How's everyone doing today, man? I can't believe it took me three or four videos to finally talk about my favorite NBA team. And that right here is the Boston Celtics. Best player in the league, Jaylen Brown right here. No questions about it. Absolutely non-biased. Okay, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we're talking about the Celtics. And honestly, this video is not going to be as much about this year as it is for the 2022-2023 NBA season. And I'll get into that, which you'll probably see in the title. Also, sorry if you hear background noise. I have a fan going on. It's like 95 degrees. It's steaming. It's hot. I got to get a fan on. I'm not turning it off. So sorry about that. I'm still working on getting the mic too. I'm not sure if I want a shirt. I think they're called like EV mics or something like that. Or if I want a stand-up talking mic like this. Also, I kind of want, before we get into the Celtics, I kind of want to talk about the future of this channel. Eventually, I'm going to be doing NFL videos. I think I was going to do where I predict like each team's record, but I feel like that's just going to take too long, and I don't really, I don't know, I just don't feel like I want to do that. But I think what I do instead, I'm in this pool where every week I pick what teams are going to win each matchup. So like week one, say the Patriots go against the Miami Dolphins, and I take Patriots. I'll tell you why I chose that pick, and we'll kind of do it like that. So yeah, I think it would be kind of cool to get some NFL mixed in with NBA. So let me finally get into this. So the Boston Celtics, I am going to talk a little bit about this season because this season will obviously impact the next season. So for us, and this is coming from a Celtics fan, man, and Celtics fans, you know how Boston fans can really be. They can be pretty biased. I'll be honest. I don't see us being anything too special next year. I don't see us getting past the second round, and making it to the conference finals like we have in three of the past 4 years, three of the past 4 or 5 years, something like that. The funny thing is that picking up Dennis Schroeder on the contract we got him at he's probably going to give us the same exact production that Kemba Walker gave us with his contract. Like I'm actually serious. I think Dennis Schroeder will give us the same exact production that Kemba Walker did. Just a lot of scoring on not very good efficiency. And Kemba didn't even give us a lot of scoring, to be honest. So hopefully Dennis Schroeder can be a little bit more efficient. I think he will be. I think he'll be a little bit more efficient. I think he's not going to try and take as many shot attempts. At least that's what I hope, because I want Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown being the two guys who take the shot attempts on our team. I think a lot of the season is still growing, especially trying to get our bench to grow. I want to see a lot of guys like Aaron Naismith. I was about to say Grant Williams. Us Boston fans, man, with Grant Williams. Bro, can we just trade him for 2 or even just 1 second-round pick at this point? I'm not even going to get into Grant Williams, man. It's going to ruin my whole mood. But, yeah, I think Romeo Langford, I think a lot of these young guys, I want to see them get opportunities this year, because a lot of our success for the season after next season, I think, is going to come off of those young guys coming off the bench, because that's been our problem the last few years. More than the last few years, to be honest, is players coming off the bench. We've never had a great bench, and especially this year, we saw that when players got down and injured. We had a lot of guys that just didn't give us the production that we needed coming off the bench, and that's why we ended up as a 7th seed. And obviously, there's stuff like COVID and how it affected Jason Tatum and stuff like that, and other injuries. But I think regardless, we weren't really going to be too much of a threat in the playoffs if we were too healthy. I like how we moved on from Kemba, the whole trade to bring in Moses Brown. I really like Moses Brown. We obviously got off that Kemba contract, and that's where I get into why I think we will be real threats in 2022-2023 NBA season. And this is why right here. The free agency, I had to up on here, not anymore, but the free agency class is pretty stacked. I mean, there's Bradley Beal. There's going to be Kyrie Irving, except I think Kyrie Irving's... not that we're going to get Kyrie Irving back. I'm just listing off players. I think John Wall will become one. I would actually love John Wall on the Celtics. I'm not going to lie. I think John Wall would be a pretty nice fit with the Celtics. I think Russell Westbrook will be one. A lot of these guys have player options, but I don't see a lot of them accepting it. I mean, depending on how a lot of the seasons go, especially for the Lakers and Russell Westbrook and other things like that. But we're going to have money, and we're going to have money to spend. I mean, the only two big contracts we have are Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and we got off of that big Kemba Walker contract. Dennis Schroeder, somehow, some way, we only gave him a 1-year, $6 million deal, which is absolutely insane, such a steal. So we're going to have money. We're going to do some good stuff, and even if we don't get a star player like a Bradley Beal, and even with Bradley Beal, although obviously I'd love to have Bradley Beal on the team, at the same time, I think there's better fits. Because if you add Bradley Beal, that's just a guy who, yeah, he's a really good scorer and an all-star player in this league, but he's also taking shots away from Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And we have three really good stars and scorers, but none of them are necessarily great playmakers. Jaylen Brown's becoming a better playmaker. Jason Tatum's becoming a better playmaker. I'm sure Bradley Beal will adjust to becoming more of a playmaker, but that's still not their roles. You know, they each know the role that they have. So yeah, we're gonna have money. And like I said, even if we don't get a star player, if we could just grow up that bench depth, get a guy. There's even guys like Colin Sexton. I think Colin Sexton would be, I'd love to have Colin Sexton on the Boston Celtics. Oh, what's good, Pete? What's good, dog? I don't know, you guys probably can't see him. This is my dog, Pete. Alright, so yeah, the reason why I said that, I think we could do a lot of stuff in free agency. I think we could have some trade assets if guys like Aaron Naismith, Romeo Langford, Grant Williams. Oh, I gotta stop saying Grant Williams, it's gonna piss me off. But Robert Williams, Moses Brown, Al Horford, if these guys can have good seasons, they got some trade value, and we might be able to do some interesting stuff. And then in free agency is when we could really look to get that bench depth up, and even get some guys into the rotation and the starting lineup. I forgot to mention Josh Richardson, who we picked up this year. I don't know. He wasn't anything too great for Dallas. When he went to Dallas, I thought it was going to be a really good pickup for I'm stuttering now. Thought it was going to be a really good pickup for the Dallas Mavericks, but he didn't really turn out to be too great. He was supposed to be a 3-and-D guy, which, you know, he brought defense, but he wasn't anything great on offense or very efficient. I hope he can change that this year with us. And also our new head coach. I actually like Brad Stevens as a GM so far. I think he's making some right moves and some right decisions. Our new head coach, Ime Udoka, I forgot his name exactly. I like him though. I mean, obviously I don't know too much about him. It's his first time head coaching and stuff like that. But he has had, you know, he worked with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown on the USA team before. He's had some experience around them. Also bringing in an African-American coach I think is going to be a good thing as well. I like the addition. I really like the change of the head coach, and just really trying to, not really changing the culture, but sort of changing the dynamics of the team and kind of getting a fresh new start with these young players. Not that Brad Stevens wasn't a great coach. I just think we needed more of a locker room guy, a guy who would give more player connections. And not to say that Brad Stevens didn't have good connection with those players. I just think sometimes he's too much of a X and O's type of head coach. So I really like that addition. So yeah, I really think we could be dangerous in the next 2 years and become NBA champs. And for anyone saying that's stupid or unrealistic, you're stupid and unrealistic if you don't think that we can't be. And that's not even, I'm not even being biased too. I literally said this video that the Celtics aren't even going to be dangerous next year. I think the Celtics will probably be like a 7th seed, probably the same as they were this year. Like, I really don't see them making a push. But I think that season after, Tatum and Brown, giving them another 2 years under their belt, oh my god, technically another year, and then they play that season. They're going to be stars. I mean, they already are stars. Imagine them with another season under their belts. And they'll also get that experience with the head coach. So yeah, I really think a lot of the season it's just going to be improving our young guys and getting them better. I thought I was going to talk about more, but really I don't for the Celtics. I obviously am still going to watch a lot of Celtics ball this year. I mean, they're my team, so I got to, you know. So yeah, wow, that was kind of a short video. Well, I just remembered. Remember how I said I was always gonna have something in my hands, and I went this whole video without having something in my hands. But I found it right here. We're taking a deep shot, yo. You probably can't see me. Just kidding. Bang! I didn't mean to. All right, that was kind of disrespectful with Jaylen Brown. I made it look like I was dunking on Jaylen Brown. Don't get that twisted. Jaylen Brown's my guy. I wanted to put this on for the video, but it's so just like tight on me. I got this like, oh my, dude, this is a size small. Jeez, yeah, this is tight as fuck on me. One day, I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna get this autographed by Jaylen Brown. I'm telling you. Whether it's this year, next year, 5 years, it's gonna happen. Anyways, peace out. Love y'all.